So, hello guys. Today is Tuesday, 12th of September 2023. So, I want to show you guys my bias for this week and how I took the sell I took on Monday and then today, which is Tuesday. So, if you could see here, this is today. Market is still in a supply shock. This is Tuesday and this was Monday, right? So I had a sell around this zone here. So let me show us what how I took these sales. Okay, let me show us how I took these sales. So here you see here we have zones. If you go to line charts, before you go to marking out your zones for sales, what is the direction of the weekly time frame? Because at the start of every week, you need to know the direction of your every week. So let's look at what the previous weekly candle did. The previous weekly candle is a bearish candle, right? So what did he do? He rejected the zones. Can you see the zones he rejected here? You see this previous candle rejected and this one also rejected. I mean, they closed below this level. And here, did we have any rejection here? No, we don't have any rejection here. We didn't get any rejection here. That is quite suspicious. Had it been this one tapped here and rejected it, tapped this level and rejected it, that would have been a different scenario entirely. So why am I focusing on sales this week? Because if you go to the line chart, the weekly structure is clearly bearish. So this move here is just a pullback. So you will have something like a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Even though we had a slight manipulation of this, and then we have a lower low, a lower high. So this means that at some point that they are going to what? Drop. So if the structure on the weekly time frame is clearly bearish, the structure on the weekly time frame is clearly bearish. If counting the lower low, lower highs is hard for you, just know that the major break of structure here is bearish. So any move to the upside is a counter trend, it's just a pullback. So what does it mean that weekly is bearish? It means that when you go to daily time frame, that this week, this new week we are about to enter, even if we have the first candle to be bullish, second candle to be bullish, at some point, since the weekly time frame is bearish, at some point that these guys are going to drop, there is going to be a supply shock. That is the meaning of that is why we can say that weekly is bearish. So if you go to the daily, so now we've known the direction of the weekly, how can we sell it or where can we sell it from on the weekly time frame? So I have this level marked out. They might come back to this level and then continue to sell. We can also mark this level again. But when we have huge drops like this, see, when we have huge drops like this, you don't expect market to, crawl back to this level again. So you mark what we call nearby levels, levels that are close by to the closing prices. So I have this one here, and I also have this one here. I could also mark this one too, but you can see it's also in line with this level, so I could just delete it, but it's better than this one. So there are reasons why I mark these levels. I don't just mark these levels. There are reasons behind me marking these levels. So now we have established the levels we can sell this thing from on the weekly time frame. The next thing is to go to the daily time frame and determine the direction. So on the daily time frame, we'll do the same thing we have done on the weekly time frame. The major break of structure here you could see is bearish, but here we have a minor break, and it has made the whole thing to be confusing. Some people would say, okay, we are bullish. Some people would say we are still bearish, but we don't know what the daily is doing, right? So you could see we have breaks here, we have breaks here, and all of those things. But what do we do? So if this daily structure is kind of confusing to you, but it's very clear to me though, because we have lower low here, we have lower high here, we have lower low, we have lower high, right? So markets might be trying to form another one, lower low. So we don't know. So we can drop one time frame lower if the daily time frame is confusing. Drop one time frame lower and look at what the structure is doing and just follow the structure on H4. So dropping one time frame lower is going to H4. So when you go to H4, what is the H4 telling you? What is your trading range here? You could see this bullish momentum here on the H4. And also, you could also see that a lot of trend lines are being broken on this H4 time frame. we've broken this trend line on H4 time frame. There might be a pullback to this trend line, we don't know, and then a drop. So all these things are the things we have to consider, and also look at the trading range we have on the H4. If you go to the line chart again, we have these drops, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Though we have a slight manipulation of this side once again, and then we could also now conclude that our trading range is from here to this level. We have a trading range here to this high. So we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and this minor break of structure that we have here, has confirmed that this range is about to expand. So what it means that this is going to, if we are getting any buy you are getting here is simply a pullback, then a drop. So you don't have to chase this buy. You don't have to say, oh, I should have been in this buy, I missed this buy, or something like that. So you must understand that any buy to the upside is just a what? A pullback. So you neglect it. Now you have to focus on the what? On the main trend. Now you have established that weekly and daily is bearish. So 2 time frames are bearish. So do you need to fight the trend? Do you need to look for buys? No, there is no reason to look for buys. No matter how beautiful these support levels are, no matter how beautiful they look, they are not going to hold. Remember, ICT once said that when market is bullish, expect support to hold and resistance to be broken. And when market is bearish, expect resistance to hold and support to be broken. So that is that, and we can refine this level to this level, right? So on the daily time frame, where can we sell these things to from? So on the daily time frame, we have this new level here, but I don't like marking zones inside when we have wicks like this, right? So when we have wicks like this, if you check here, right now we have wicks like this here. If you try to mark out this zone and say from here, you can see the drawdown you are going to have. You have almost like 440 pips drawdown. So I don't want to like come here and mark maybe like these zones. When you have zones or maybe a particular candle with a wick, a huge wick, don't look for zones inside that wick. Drop one time frame lower and look for zones inside of it. So if I remember, these are weekly zones. These are our weekly zones, and this level here we can slightly refine this level to this level, right? So let's go back to H4 and see what we have here, right? So on the H4 time frame, if you check here on the daily time frame, you could see this is a very good level. And then when you drop down to, if you drop down one time frame lower, what do you have? You have this level closing above this daily level. So this means that we can draw a reversal trend line here. So, but that will be a different topic on its own, how to draw a reversal trend line, because I use support and resistance and then trend line alone to know for my executions. Now let's play Asian candles. Let's play Asian candles and see. This is Monday about to start right now. We have the first candle and we have the second candle. So you could see how this second candle, Asian candle, we don't trade Asia. That is why we let Asia go. So you could see how this candle closed above this level, right? So you can just know that this level is invalidated. Are we going to look for buys? Oh, this candle has broken its support. Let's look for buy here and then. No. On a normal day, if market is bullish, we could have done that. But on this day, market is bearish. So we know that any move to the upside is what is a pullback. So we don't need to chase it, right? Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Now we have also, this is also a H4 level, right? This is also a H4 level and we can mark it too. So the next thing is to go to timing, right? London Q zone and London session. So when you mark out this time, you support it with what? Trend line. So let's look for trend line. So since on the H4 time frame, this is a daily, we had a daily level here that closed above this H4 time frame. So we could look for a what? A reversal trend line into this. We could look for a reversal trend line into this level that matches up with time, but we don't have any, right? We don't have any. So let's just keep our reversal trend line like this and then wait for rejections, because is it good to take a direct entry here? No, not good to take a direct entry here. So wait for rejections. If Jesus gives you rejections, then you can enter. So let's see what's going to happen. We have the first candle, London Q zone, and we have this. Can you see? Can you see what the candle did? It rejected all these zones, rejected all these zones, rejected even the trend line, and then broke this open close level. So this would have been a very low risk entry for you, right? Then you enter here and you hold the sell to this level. So this is what I did. I entered this level, and then look at, I entered, I had my sell here, and then I was targeting this level from here to this level. But this day I was taking out, right? Let me show you. So market did this, keep dropping, keep dropping. So the H4 candle, I think the H4 candle closes here, right? So since the H4 candle has closed, yeah, I had an entry here. Then if you go back to H4, where else can we have an entry? We can also have an entry here, right at this top here, right? So now something interesting happened because we are moving towards New York Q zone and New York session. So moving to New York Q zone and New York session, we need to get a trend line that will also align with this one here. Can you see? We have a trend line perfectly aligning with this zone here, and we can also refine this zone to this one, right? Okay, so okay, let's just keep it like this so that we won't miss it. So I have another entry here. Remember, I had an entry here, and I want to place another entry here. And yeah, my entry was triggered. Look at, okay, I think my entry was triggered. Yeah, my entry was triggered, and then I was swept out. See, this thing happened like this. Can you see that? Happened like this. So yeah, quickly, I knew that because I was sure of the direction. They took me out and then also manipulated this trend line and then closed below it. So I knew for sure that the direction was going to be sell. So did I sit down to complain? Did I, try to oh, market is wicked? Two of my entries have been taken out. So I didn't complain. I didn't do anything. I quickly adapted. So what did I do? I tried to look for another sell. I tried to look for another sell. I think I sold it from here. I think I sold it from here. Yeah, I tried to look for another sell here, and then this is what happened. I think I look for, see, drops. So I was taken out here from this level, and I was also taken out from this level. I think I had 0.25% of my account here and 0.5% of my account. So in total, I had 0.75% being wiped out, and then here I got in another 0.5%, right, of my account. And then yeah, it wasn't a typical day for me because normally I have a rule that I can't risk more than 1%. So I am left with 0.25% to risk for that day, but yeah, I didn't follow my rules. Quite poor. So this is what knowing the direction will do for you. So that is how the day closed. You can see, yeah, the day has closed. This is how the day closed. And then I was still holding my positions. My target was all the way down here. See? Because I knew that. See? If you see the structure, lower low, a lower high, lower low. Now you can see that no bullish breaks, no bullish breaks. You see, minor breaks, no bullish breaks, lower low, lower high, minor breaks. Then you have lower low again, lower high, and then you're expecting a lower low. So no bullish break. So what are you going to do at this level now? What are you expected to do? A new day is about to begin, and then you go back to the daily time frame, you look for what? Levels to sell from. Now you are convinced that daily is clearly bearish, that this low is going to get taken out for sure. So what do? You go back to daily time frame, you look for zones for sales, right? Look for zones for sales. So Asia, you skip Asia, we don't trade Asia, the first one and the second one. Now, what has Asian done? What has Asia done? You go to H1 time frame, you could see though we haven't tapped yet into these daily zones, but you can see what Asia did. Asia created a strong high, and you see they stop pointed this swing point and they broke structure. They clearly broke structure. So this means that Asia is going to what? Asia has confirmed the direction of the what? Of the market, right? Because Asia clearly did what? Clearly took out liquidity and then they broke structure. Now, where can we sell this thing from? Where can we sell it from? We have a zone here. Can you see? This zone was used as resistance, and then you could expect it to be used as what? It was broken, so we can expect it to be used as what? As a support. Now we go back to what? We go back to timing, and then we find a trend line that could match with this time. So let's see, we have a perfect trend line here. We have a perfect trend line here, and then look at what happened next. This happened. So I sold it from there, and then this one, and then again, I have another entry here again at this point, right at this point. You could see same trend line. I have an entry here, I have another entry here, right? So same trend line, and then this is what happened. See, drops. How many pips? Can you see that? So this my trade here. I'm still holding this. I am still holding this. So this is how simple my trading system is, and this is how simple your trading system should be. No complication, no jargons, nothing whatsoever. You could see we didn't go lower than 1 hour time frame. We just stick to weekly, daily, H4 and H1. And these time frames, they are neither slow and they are neither fast. So you can make your decisions faster. You can make your, if you are not so fast in making decisions, this time frame is also very good for you. I'm not saying people trading 1 minute or this thing is not, but it's not really my thing. So I try as much as possible to stick to this higher time frame levels or higher time frames. So I try as much as possible to stick to them because they are not fast, they are not slow. So yeah, that is how today and I'm still holding my positions till this low is taken out because tomorrow is NFP. Tomorrow is NFP, right? So we could take out this low, and we can also, market could also take out this low. So, but this low, I am expecting them to take out this low. This is now, if this thing is going back up, are you going to panic and say, "Oh, we don't know what is going on. No, we want to chase this buy." No, because you clearly understand that this is just a pullback, probably on 15 minutes time frame or 1 minute time frame or whatever. This is just a pullback, so you don't need to chase it. Market is clearly bearish, So, and there are some other confluences here that I saw that, okay, made me to be convinced, because if you wanted to take this sell here, look at this sweet sell. See, structure break, structure break. Can you see? They clearly break structure. So this structure, you can also place a sell here, H4 candle, close below here, then you can refine this H4 level to H1 level, and then take your entry. Can you see that? Refine it to this level here, and then what? Take your entry right there. Can you see? Right there. So yeah, that is how you can do all this thing. But I didn't take this entry. I didn't take this entry. So yeah, let me know what you think on the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section so that I can improve on my next video and also bring you guys more elaborate and more brief and to the point videos. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Yeah.